Good morning. Happy Tuesday. The only reason I know what day it is because I have to write these down in my calendar. So what days I'm doing yoga. So I think ultimately that's why I started these, to be on a schedule. Because I'm so used to teaching new people. So grab your comfy, it's a vacuum. Grab your comfy seat. And before you do that, you can grab a chair. We're going to be using a kitchen chair. We're going to be using a strap or scarf. And if you have blocks, that's awesome. And then the last thing I want you to have is, if you don't have blocks, a rolled up towel, like a big bath towel. Roll it up the long way. Okay? I'm going to give you just 1 minute to do that. Get some other props just to show you in case we use them. So, okay, let's begin, shall we? So, today I wanted to do something that feels really good. A couple exercises that I know of that just really nourish the body. Excuse me. And I want to also start out with what we're diffusing, because it's really important with what we're doing today, a lot of self-care. So we're diffusing today grapefruit. I have 3 drops of grapefruit in the diffuser, 2 pink pepper, and 1 drop of manuka. So if you have grapefruit with you, amazing, just diffuse that. If you have pink pepper, definitely do like a drop or 2 of that. It's actually pretty strong. You probably only need a drop. And then manuka if you have it, but grapefruit should be fine. Bergamot is another one that you can diffuse if you don't have any of those. And I will put the links to all of these. So grapefruit is an oil that really helps with self-esteem, particularly in the body image category. But it really helps open up that self-esteem. The pink pepper is this beautiful oil that actually helps with bringing up the awareness that you are comparing yourself to other people. So during this time of quarantine, I don't know if it's heightened for anybody, but a lot of times you can just see like, oh, you know, this person's doing that or this person's doing that, because everyone is online and you're like out of your regular routine. But you have to keep coming into that which you have, that, you know, your purpose and how you can serve yourself, how you can serve other people, or if you can just start something on the side, right, instead of comparing yourself. So go ahead and just come into a comfy seat, and you can just start to be present. And I'm not sure if you've done yoga since last week or any physical movement or any awareness practice. So wherever you're at, just be okay with that. Okay, even if you're in a seat right now, that is fine. Good. And as you kind of come present in the room, right? So you just notice the sounds you have going on, the smells you have going on, the feel, the light, right? The light from the sun or lack thereof today. I want you to feel all of that. I want you to feel all of the good things, like your good attitudes toward things. All the positive thoughts you might have had today already this morning as you woke up. all the things you were grateful for. And if none of that happened, if you're like, Jenny, I don't remember thinking any positive thoughts, then take a note of that. And be okay with the thoughts that you did have. Be okay with any past thoughts, of past experiences that you had. Be okay with any future anxious thoughts that you might have of unknown things happening, right? Of fears. Because that's all it is when we project, when we think of the unknown, sometimes we can get scared of that. But what if we just said, we don't know, and we're okay with that? So breathe into this notion. And as you root down your sit bones, feel the spine lifting, okay? Feel as if the bottom, the top, each vertebra is lifting off of the one below it. As you really reach through the spine up through the top of your head, and see if the muscles around that can all relax. So see if the shoulders can relax. See if the muscles around each paraspinal, right? All those little paraspinal muscles, see if they can relax around the vertebra. And then back to the thoughts. If you realize that you are in the state of comparing, and you're just realizing in this moment, or you're just noticing the thoughts that you have, just breathe into that. Be like, cool, for the first time I'm aware. And if you catch yourself holding your breath because of that awareness, I invite you now to just continue that flow of breath. I had a student come up to me once after I was teaching, like an hour-long class, and she said, Jenny, I think ever since I started yoga, I'm like more judgmental. I was like, no, it's just the first time you've ever noticed it. Everyone's judgmental, right? Everyone compares themselves. Everyone does it constantly all day long. But when you practice yoga, it's an awareness of now what has been going on in your life. And that's, to me, what makes yoga transformative. And so with this new awareness, go ahead and bring the hands to heart center. And as we inhale, you can just listen to me. I love starting with vocalizing, right? Because it really helps to just release anything that's on your mind, anything that's on your chest. It helps to invite you to do more of that today. So you can do it with me, or just listen, breathe in. Inhale, and as you exhale, release your hands into your lap, release your chin down. And this is a good start today because we're going to do some fun, just like therapeutic work. And so as you have this tall spine and your chin is just down, notice this, the stretching in the back of the upper neck, the upper back. And then as you inhale, fill the chest. As you exhale, start to bring your hands out to the side and just reach through the fingertips. Now maybe the shoulder blades really squeeze in a little bit and you reach out through the fingertips pretty strongly. And then as you inhale, go ahead and bring your hands behind your head. So many of us, okay, and then relax your shoulders here. So many of us are reaching forward with our neck all day long, even still now that we're home because we're all on the computer and we're looking forward. And those of you who would drive long commutes, we're looking forward. So I want you to push your head back into your clasped hands. Try to relax the shoulders. And just breathe into the shoulders, breathe into the upper arms. And as you lift and tighten the belly a little bit, start to really lean back and just lift the sternum. Keep breathing. I know it'll be a little harder. Trying to relax the shoulders. And maybe you go back into a little more back bend. 3 and 2. As you inhale, come forward. Exhale, release this. Good. If you're on blocks, I want you to start to come off or maybe come lower. Yeah, actually, we're going to come on to our bum. Now, you can bring a blanket, or you can bring a folded up towel or something underneath your bum so that you're lifted a little bit, okay? So that the lumbar spine kind of goes forward into its natural curve, okay? And I want you to bring that left hand down and then start to let the right shoulder kind of come down and back. And we're doing a pretty good bend in our left elbow. Okay, letting that relax. Pretty good bend in the elbow. And the right hand is just hanging there. And you're just kind of pumping. 2 more. And 1. You're going to inhale, lift, and lengthen into the center. And then exhale, go to the other side. So go ahead and drop that right hand down, bend the elbow. Draw that shoulder back. Let the chin come up. Maybe even a little underbite, like a chin lift. Keep breathing into that left neck. 3 and 2 and 1. As you inhale, come all the way back to center. Release your hands. Find neutral for a moment. Take a moment. And then we're going to add on here with the arms and go to the first side again. So bring that left hand down, nice and loose with the elbow, kind of bend it. And we're going to inhale that arm over. And you're going to kind of look up to the hand, inhale, and feel that nice side stretch on the right side. And then as you exhale, oops, that's loud. You're going to bring the hand all the way down and then look away to kind of stretch that neck again. And we're going to do this about 5 times. So inhale, open the arm overhead, look at it, breathe in, and then exhale, turn away, stretch out through those fingers. Let the chin come into an underbite. Inhale, open up. And exhale. Do this super slow. If you have the benefit, the beautiful benefit of smelling these essential oils in, it actually encourages you to take deeper breaths. Again, some of the oils we've been using are like super anti-anxious, so it's a nice benefit during this time. These today are working on self-esteem. Last one, inhale. Look at the hand, and as you exhale, push it away. And then push off that left hand. Start to come up and just feel that difference side to side. And if you're just joining in, we're going to do a lot of slow, gentle movements today, so you can just join in at any time. And just really feel that difference. You should feel actually maybe a little tighter in that left side because of what we just had to do to like push against it, but we'll undo it, don't you worry. And then as you inhale, right, feel the difference in your side body as well. You're going to fill the chest, and then as you exhale, move over to that second side, so pushing in with the right side, letting the shoulder be relaxed, right, the head, neck open, and then you inhale that arm all the way up and over, and you can gaze at it. And then as you exhale, you're actually going to turn the face and chin and head away. And you can release through the fingertips quite strongly. And then inhale, bring it back. So this is going super slow, right? Inhale, go ahead and look at the hand. Really feel that left sit bone reaching down, that left hip reaching down, stretching that left side body. Exhale, reach it away. Good. Inhale, and you can kind of give yourself more of an upright spine here if you want. Push off that right hand. So inhale, look at the hand. Exhale, bring it away. Really stretch through the fingertips. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, release. Just one more after this. Inhale, look up. And exhale, release. Get the chin, the underbite going on. And then go ahead and sit up tall. And feel that difference side to side. Okay. We're gonna come back to that position we did at the beginning, just to feel the difference. And if you need to sit back up on something like a bigger pillow or whatever, or come back into that hero posture, go for it, right? To get the spine feeling nice and tall. We're gonna bring our hands behind our head. Inhale, open. Okay, so you're gonna bring the hands right behind, clasp, and push the head into the hands, but also pull the belly in and up, so nice and safe in the low back. Relax the shoulders if you can. It's a nice deep stretch here. Lift through the sternum. And 2. And as you inhale, come forward. You're actually going to bring your elbows together. Feel nice and tall in the upper back still. And then see if you can just drop the chin a little bit and kind of lift out of that spine. You should feel this in the upper, but you should also feel this kind of all the way down. It really depends on where you're tightest in the spine. I'm going to hold this for 3 long breaths. 2. Inhale, open up. Exhale, release. Okay, so we're coming down onto our backs. And I want you to grab a chair. So go ahead and grab a chair from your kitchen. One that's preferably nice and flat, no like bevels, but it's okay. It's like work with whatever you got, you know what I mean? Can you see me? Okay, all right. So we're just going to kind of relax that neck and upper back stretch that we did here and do some really passive movements. My feet feel better on the outside of here. Okay. So what you're doing, how you're lining up, is you're just bringing, can you see me? It's all shadow, so I don't know. I think you can. So you're just kind of lining up the knees right on top of the hips here. And you're relaxing the body completely. Now this very simple, what seems like just laying, what it's doing is we're being neutral for the load-bearing joints, like totally neutral. And for once in our lives, we're giving ourselves a passive way for gravity to just take all of our load-bearing joints, okay? And this actually really helps to relax neck muscles, back muscles, all the way down the entire spine, the entire back. So bring your hands to the belly, and I want you to feel the inhalation of the belly, like puff it out like you have a beer belly with every inhalation. And just let it relax. Now again, this might seem very like, what is this doing, Jenny? I want to dare you to notice any tension in your feet right now, in your toes, in your shins, in the calves, in the knees. Right, are you still like holding on to any tightness there in the thighs, in the hamstrings? And oh my gosh, the hips. So feel any kind of holding on, like, I'm not used to being still, Jenny, this is scary. Like, what is so scary about being still? It's true. Sometimes I ask myself the same thing. And as you relax your hips, let it come into your low back. Let it come into your middle back, okay, the whole thoracic. Let it come into the lumbar spine, which is the low spine. All right, I was kind of going opposite there. Let's come all the way back up through the spine, up to the cervical spine, so the neck area. And if you need a manual reminder, right, you can also always kind of massage the neck here into the outer shoulders just for a moment, just to remember, oh, I usually hold tension there, and we're going to do something in a little bit to release that. Okay, so when you feel the back of the head, not pushing in, but just letting gravity pull it, I want you to start to puff into the belly again. And this time we're actually going to work on our core, our pelvic floor from the inside out, like we always do. And you're going to, women, so I'm going to talk to you for a second. This is a Kegel for you. So you're just going to do a strong Kegel. Men, if you can find the perineum, the spot in between your nether region holes, you're actually going to pull that up. So see if you can isolate, not the abs, right? Like I can clench my abs and I can feel that here. But can you isolate way down low the pelvic floor or the perineum? And it's really like you're trying to cease urination. I want you to pull that up right now and just feel it. Yeah, so you're pulling that whole entire muscle system up. This, by the way, is going to help young people in the future. This is something you should always do and learn about while you're young. Pregnant women who have had pushed out some babies, pre-pregnant mamas, this is going to help you. And then also it just helps with pelvic floor health when you're older, right? So what we're going to do is puff out into the belly. And then as we exhale, purse the lips, really like we're just blowing out a candle. And then pull that perineum up. Like so long until you start shaking. You can actually feel cramps starting to come into your legs. So I want you to do that like 4 more times. So we're going to inhale into the belly. Pull the perineum up as you blow out a candle. Until you feel that strong belly shake. Inhale. Good. 2 more. Last one, inhale, fill the belly completely, blow it out, pull up those pelvic floor muscles. Whew, and then relax out. I want you to push the chair away from you, because I don't want you to get up. And then what we're going to do is, I want you to have enough room on either side, so if you're near a wall, get away from it. And you're going to kind of bring your knees together, and as they go over to the left side. So you're actually going to, or let's do it right side. So I'm going to really try to do mirroring today. You're going to bring that left hand on top of, so go to the right side. You're going to bring that left hand on top of the right. So the hands are together. The knees are actually together, and they're kind of coming straight out from your hips, okay? And what we're going to do here is start to draw the left hand across our arm, across our body. You're going to try to keep that left knee on top of the other knee. It's going to be quite hard. And then you start to open the left hand out. Now, if you feel that your left shoulder is coming way up, go ahead and relax the shoulder by coming into a little bit of a deeper twist. Try to keep that left knee on top of the right. And then you're going to come into this open, beautiful twist. Now, this encourages the thoracic rotation here. And it encourages also the shoulder blades to come together, which is super nice for also opening the chest. And like we did at the beginning of class, you can kind of start to feel that same extension through the arms. We're going to do something in a little bit with a scarf to really get the shoulders down. And I like to hold these for about a minute each. So you can think of this if you have a very slow way of breathing and counting. Sometimes I can get to a minute by breathing 10 times super slowly. Oh, it just started raining. That's my favorite. And so notice how you feel about the rain. I've been talking about this a lot on my Instagram. Before BOGO week hit this week, which by the way, today is by Frankincense Touch, getting a rolly free. I'm so excited. So my fingers are actually tingling a little bit now, which means that I'm stretching some really intense fascia and muscles and tissues. And then as you inhale, guys, you're going to start to curl the fingers of that left hand. You're going to start to curl the elbow in and then curl it all the way until you come back and your hand drapes across that other hand again. Awesome. And then you can start to really just pull the knees up and just feel that neutral, maybe even bring the feet to the ceiling. And so what I wanted to invite you with the rain, if you're hearing rain like I am right now, is just how you typically feel about rain. Like I hear, we're in the Northeast here, and I hear, we have long winters, so I hear a lot of people just like, you're always waiting for the summer. You're always wishing for something in the future, always wishing for something different. But I'll just tell you what I have come to know about the rain is that it makes me feel grounded. It makes me more focused, and it makes me more disciplined. Maybe the rain had a trigger for you because you were stuck inside of your parents' house when you were little or whatever. But like, notice what it is about the rain that makes you feel a certain way, and see if you can just change your attitude about it. Okay? Just make up a different story. Because all of our lives are just made up of different stories of what we grew up with. But see if you can just change your reality by changing your story. And then go ahead and release your feet back and forth into a windshield wipe for a sec. And you're going to bring it all the way over to that left side now. So the left hand is down, the right hand is on top. And you're going to start to curl and drape and drag the right hand across the chest. Bring your left hand to the upper knee. And then start to let that right hand release. And even use your legs as leverage and kind of twist a little more deeply around the spine. Inhale. Then your elbow, use that. And then relax. So again, super good for releasing tension in the upper neck and entire back. Right, so it's really good to bring the joints through their entire range of motion. And so we need to be twisting around the spine once in a while to encourage spine health as well. So trying to keep those knees on top of one another. Breathing in 10 long breaths to bring us to about a minute. See where you're holding tension here. So see if maybe in your left hip, right? And trying to keep those legs together. And so I give you permission here to release it up a little bit. And see if the alignment of bone on bone will let it stay there. But you release a little bit the muscles that are trying to hold it together. Okay? And again, if you're feeling any tingling sensation, obviously shooting pain is a no-no, but tingling sensation just might be a conversation your body's having with you to teach you that this is therapeutic for it and it wants more of this. Wait till you see what else I have in store for you today. Good. And as you inhale, you're going to start to curl your fingers, start to curl your wrist in, start to curl your elbow in, start to curl your shoulder in, and then extend that left hand, bring the right hand, draping it across the hand once again. And then inhaling, come all the way back to center and just notice that difference. So maybe the knees just fall in. Maybe the feet come up to the ceiling and you can just shake them out. Okay. By the way, we're going to end in like a beautiful restorative posture, so you can look forward to grabbing some pillows and just chilling. All right, so from here, we're going to do one more on our backs, and then we're going to get up and do some wall work, actually. So I should have told you that before. We're working with the wall today. I forget if I did that. So as you bend your right knee, you're going to bring that left ankle onto the top of it, by the thigh, by the knee, and start to just engage the foot a little bit, okay? This is going to be another twist. Okay, so from here, you start to lift that bottom foot off the floor. And again, my hands are in extension and palms down and releasing through the fingertips. It feels so good. Just keep breathing in through the elbow area. And then keeping the back nice and flat as you're bouncing that foot up towards you, right? That left foot towards you, that right knee towards you. You're then going to start to bring it all the way down to the right. So the left foot is going toward the right. And maybe you just stay here. Okay? Maybe you just stay here looking up. And again, we're encouraging the shoulders to be down and flat. Maybe you start to look over that left shoulder again. And keep reaching this left knee away from you. Relaxing the shoulders. So I did a partner yoga class at a retreat. Gosh, must have been like 7, 8 years ago, maybe more, maybe 9 now, maybe 10, I don't even know. But it was called Thanks, I Needed That, and it was all partner yoga. And I wish I could show you some of that today, but the title always stuck with me. So I know you need this right now in this quarantine moment. And so as you start to bring the head back in, you can use the muscles mostly, but you can use the feet as well. Start to push yourself back up. Inhale, and then exhale into neutral. Again, just find neutral in the middle. And then bring that opposite ankle to the left leg by the knees, and just by the knee, and reach out through the fingertips. And as you do this, you just kind of hop it forward, okay? I wanted to do that abdomen, pelvic floor thing early because I want you to always know that you can find safety in the spine,
by doing that. And you kind of want to get used to doing that in a lot of different postures, right? A lot of different yoga poses. We call them bandhas or locks in yoga, lifting those locks up, find safety internally. And then as you exhale, bring that right foot all the way down to the left. So you're in the figure 4 still, but you drop it over to the left and you start to, again, let the shoulders be flat and reach out through, maybe get the neck in the opposite direction, right? And 3. Well, we'll hold it a little more, actually. I'm used to doing faster ones. So the knee extends away from you. You can do it isometrically, or you can reach it manually with the hand going away. Just noticing, right, how deep that stretch gets when you do it manually, and then see if you can do it isometrically. Releasing the hand. Couple more. And then as you inhale, go ahead and bring the head back up and then the feet back up. Stay here for a moment and then release when you're ready. You can release the feet out, shake them out. Good. And then exhale, go over to one side. We're just going to push up to seated.
Now I want to do something that's strength building, and it's again all with isometrics. I want you to understand that you don't need machines or you don't need weights in order to build up muscle. We're going to do a lot more, so hang tight with me. I love this journey. We're going to bring the hands. So now we've relaxed everything. I want you to bring the hands into like a wide namaste, wide prayer, and you're going to start to keep the fingertips pushed in, but open up the palms, okay? So it kind of forms this mudra. And you're going to push in so strongly with the fingertips, but relax the shoulders. And you should feel, right? So I want you to just start to turn this kind of star system forward and then turn it back. And you should feel so many muscles engaging in the arms. Okay, relaxing the shoulders, keep breathing deeply. And you should hold each one of these kind of dynamic mudras for about 10 seconds. We won't do 10 breaths. And then exhale, release that. Shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out. We're going to do something to release the wrists in a moment, so just shake all that out. Now, you want to maintain that same relaxed state. And now we're going to bring this same system over our head, and we're just going to kind of try to be almost behind our head a little bit, okay? So same thing, I want you to get into the mode. I want you to kind of release the spine, lift up the perineum, lift up the pelvic floor, bring the star mudra overhead, and same thing. It's really strong, guys. You might even feel a little tension, but keep trying to relax the neck. Relax the upper back, finding strength in your arms. 5, look at me, I'm already dropping. 4, I'm held up accountable by this video. 3, and 2, and then exhale, release that. Holy shnikey, right? If you've ever come to any of my classes, you know I'm a big fan of expression, of noises, of sounds, of breath, of bodily whatever. Just let it out. It's the energy center trying to release itself. So go ahead and please honor that. Okay, one more time, we're going to bring it behind us. So we're going to bring that same mudra behind our backs. And again, notice what your body is used to doing. Like, is it going forward? Is it like arching? You want to try to find a relaxed state. with the head and neck. And now, this might be harder to turn, but you can still do it maybe. And again, this isn't for everyone to bring it behind your back. Another very cool thing, if you have a hallway that's really small, or if you have a space that's like really, you can push your hands against, you can actually push your hands on the outside against it, and it could do a lot of some of the same work we're doing, kind of palms out and then palms in. But what we're going to do is bring our hands behind us if we can. If not, you can just also stay in front. And we're going to relax the back and start to make that mudra back and forth. We'll do 8 more here. Keep breathing. Let your body shake. Get the charge out. Okay. Wowza. Shake that out. So from here, we're going to do some release of the wrists. Okay, we've, again, maybe been doing a lot more thumb work this month, a lot more at your computer work. It's really very cool. So many of my friends and people, I've even been meeting online, like, there's some people that are just like getting bored with Netflix, but so many people are being so innovative. It's incredible. And I have friends starting side hustles and thrift stores and online, and it's incredible. And but we do want to, since this is all new, right? If you're doing some new things, we want to just release the wrist. So what we're going to do here is first take the entire wrist on your left side and take the opposite hand and get all of the fingers in once and just kind of push it forward and then bend the elbow and push it forward and bend the elbow and push it forward. Good. You just want to kind of notice what's going on in the arm, in the wrist. Okay. And then you're just going to take that same hand and do it the opposite way. And just kind of pull that hand towards you. Good. Now we're going to isolate each finger. So we're going to isolate the pinky and just kind of allow yourself to feel the knuckles. Okay, relax that shoulder. And just notice, like, each finger, how different each of the muscle tension in each finger is. Right? Just going slowly from one to the next. And you'll notice, like, if one needs some extra love, then you can stay there for a little bit longer. The deep blue, by the way, that I have here, I put very often on my low back. This is great for relieving some symptoms of arthritis. Okay, so just putting it on the hands, you're going to get that tingly kind of icy and hot sensation. But you're just getting all your fingers to open up and say hello. Thank you for letting me use you in new ways and crazy ways all the time. And then feel that difference from side to side. What? Crazy. So take your left hand and start to bring it to the palms of your right. And we're just noticing, right? We're just doing the entire hand first. And we're just noticing here the tightness in this side. I had to pause for a minute because I was like, damn, why is this side so much tighter? Okay. So yeah, so linger at a place longer if that feels good. And then go ahead the opposite way and just feel that. Just notice that, like mostly in your hands, maybe. Maybe it's different for you. Maybe you feel it up the arm more. Okay, and then we're going to each finger. So starting with the pinky. And so you're pulling not only massaging the muscles, but you're stretching the fascia, which is the saran wrap type tissue that runs around all of your muscles and organs. So it's right below the skin, and it's this very connected, like all around everything, and it gets really bunched up. So I know this isn't PC, but like if you ever remember someone giving you what we used to call an Indian burn, that's like they're like really twisting the fascia underneath the skin. And when you hear of myofascial release, that is what their job is. The myofascial therapist's job is to release that fascia. So you might feel like you got that Indian sunburn effect. Okay, and then go ahead and feel all of it and shake that out. Okay, so just one more time, I want you to come to your seat if you're not, and we're going to stretch the side one more time. I want you to windshield wipe the feet, so the hands can come behind you, and windshield wipe those legs. And then as you bring them over to the left, go ahead and let yourself sit up a little. And then start to bring your head to the opposite side. So go ahead and draw the chin toward the right. And just notice if your hands are holding any tension or shoulders. Just try to relax those. 3 and 2. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, legs stay the same. Just drop your head in the opposite way. And just kind of let it flow to where you feel the sweetest spot to relieve that tension. And then as you root down, lift it back up again and over to the other side. Get comfy. And then we're going to relax our chin to the opposite side. Find that sweet spot in the neck, letting the shoulder come away. 2 more breaths, right? Let the breath really flow. Inhalations and exhalations. And then as you inhale, bring it back toward the same side that your legs are pointing, your knees are pointing. And just see where your sweet spot is. So it could be, stretching your chin up. It could be stretching your left ear more to the ceiling. Could be in your elbow. And then exhale, release that. Bring it back up. Come back into a hero posture. Or seated posture is fine. And I want you to grab your hands and kind of cross them over into, not an eagle. I don't want to do that. I just want it to be crossed over. And we're going to grab onto our ears and just pull the lobes down, but also like get your thumbs into, or even your fingers, get them kind of into the ear canal a little bit and just pull. My massage therapist does this to me all the time. And just kind of pull on those ears. And then go ahead, use the thumbs and kind of come to the middle part. And I'm actually going to release my twisted arms and bring my thumbs to the top, but in the ear canal part. And then my hands on my wrist fingers on my top and open it up. Good. And then just switch sides. And you can kind of start to massage the lobes. And I have a ton of scar tissue in my ears from all my ear piercings that have all closed up. I think I had like 7 of them. And I just can feel all that scar tissue. It's so good to massage scar tissue. And then, again, open it. If you ever feel ringing in your ear or like you have a closed ear, you can just kind of like You can try it slowly, but my massage therapist does it pretty quickly on me. She just pulls it and then release that. Awesome. Okay. So part of that Thanks I Needed It class that I had several years ago was a release of the shoulders that we did with partner yoga. Okay, but that's hard to do right now. So what you want to do is grab your scarf and put it over your right shoulder. And we did this the other day where we kind of just grabbed, put the left hand up top, and we grabbed the scarf and opened it up. So I we won't stay here long, but we want to grab the scarf. And some of you can hold your hands behind you, but I prefer when I'm doing therapeutic stuff to open a little more. So I'm kind of pulling the scarf apart and opening the shoulders, right? Just kind of opening the shoulders here. And then we're going to do something fun that kind of emulates when my partner would push on my shoulders. And you kind of keep the head back, last two. Good. Exhale, release the scarf onto the shoulder. Let it stay there. I'm going to kind of open it so it's nice and like over my entire shoulder. And then I'm going to hold it with both of the straps with the opposite hand. And then just go ahead and relax. We should be pretty relaxed in this arm already, but go ahead and get really relaxed in it. And then start to pull the head away a little tiny bit. I just felt the shoulder pop. And then like we've been doing all morning, you can kind of just release the fingers, okay? Try to stretch them pretty good, pretty far away from you. And then bring it up. And then bring it up some more. Good. Keep reaching, keep stretching. Inhale. 2 more. And then exhale. Relax it all the way down. And then as you inhale, come back to center. Feel that for a moment. Feel just like when we were on our backs, that tingly sensation. It might be loosening up now. And then we're going to come to the other side with our strap, with our scarf. And so first we're going to open the shoulders a little bit and just feel that difference. That's like I feel so loose on one side. So you're going to take the right hand and grab the strap behind you. You're going to take the other one and bring it up and kind of choke the hands down towards each other. But then feel this nice sensation of opening the head back and opening the shoulder blades and stretching that upper elbow back to open for 3 and 2. Good. As you inhale, release the strap. You're going to grab both ends, okay? And I'm going to open the scarf so it's pretty wide on the shoulder, but not like off of it, okay? And just like make sure that's nice and loose like we've been doing. And then pull away a little tiny bit. And then open the hand away from you. So different than we were doing, right? You can still feel it. But now when you keep reaching up, where do you feel it the most? Where do you feel it the most? And then exhale all the way down. Release this. Okay. Stay here for a few moments, like 3 to 5 breaths. Stay there 2 more breaths. And then what we're going to do is, just to get some relief before we come to standing for a moment, is whatever you want. So you can do, you can come to hands and knees since we've been sitting for the whole time. And want you to start to shake out, press out the tops of the feet. And we're going to stand for a minute, and then I'll have you come back and do one more thing with the wrists later. But go ahead, before you even down dog, I want you to start to circle out the ankles. Circle them out, baby. And then tuck the toes. Lift up and back to your down dog. If this is therapeutic for you. If it's not therapeutic for you, then don't do it. It's therapeutic for me. And then you just keep reaching through, walking it out. Your little belly. Walking it out. And again, if a child's pose feels better to you, or a puppy, then go ahead there. Start to really stretch through the fingertips, stretch through the knuckles. If the ankles, heels rather, can start to come toward the floor, great. If not, just stay and try to reach them towards the floor. Stretch out those calves. Relax the neck and head. Good. And then exhale, release the knees. I want you to grab a pillow or a block. A pillow or a block. Pillow or a block. I'm just going to keep the camera there. Pillow or block. You're going to come with your backs to the wall. Okay. Now I have this big mega, what's called a slant board. And it's over there in my other room. And it basically is this big board that I can drop my ankles. What are these? They're heels, Jenny. And then drop my heels down, and then the toes come up like this, both of them. And I literally just sit there for like a minute or two every morning, and sometimes at night. But what this following exercise does is something very similar. So what we're trying to do is just relax all the muscles in the upper back. Again, it's super passive, so don't get too excited, but do, because it's super therapeutic. You're going to squeeze a blanket in between the knees, actually. Normally we don't do that, but I'm going to put it in between the knees. And then the heels, their heels, they come back to the wall, and you relax the shoulders, okay? And you relax everything from the top down. And what you're not doing is you're not squeezing the block. You're actually just letting it just be there, or the pillow. Okay, I do this with the pillow a lot. And so close the eyes. Start to feel the crown of the head just lifting. Again, what this is doing is helping all the load-bearing joints to feel supported, right? So the head can kind of touch back, the shoulders kind of touch back. Notice if the shoulders are super rounded forward. Don't force anything back at all. This is just your natural stance, your natural body coming against and touching the wall with all the parts that touch. And we're just allowing gravity to work around them. So a few more moments. Again, you could do this, you know, the floor thing that we did with the feet up on the pillow. I usually do it on my coffee table. You can do that for like a minute to 3 minutes. You can do this for a minute. And just really notice, this can be your morning meditation, how much tension you typically hold. Okay, and then go ahead and slowly come off the wall, grab that pillow, release. Shake out your legs, shake out your hands. I'm going to stay very close to the wall, so I'm not going to move my camera yet. Shake it all out. And so what we're going to do is open the shoulders now. So I want you to come with the left shoulder. Actually, we're going to actually face the wall. But the left hand shoulder, the elbow is going to come straight out from the shoulder. So you're not hiking it up. You're not bringing it down. It's going to come straight up. And the hand is going to come straight up from the elbow. Now, go ahead and look at your feet, or just notice your feet. Your left foot and right foot should kind of be in alignment. But you're actually going to start to turn. And if you have shoulder issues, this might be as far as you go. You might not turn towards the right much at all. So left hand up. And what you're going to do, though, if you can, is start to turn the feet towards the opposite direction. And so again, this is a long process, and your right hand can be at the wall. You're going to relax that left shoulder because you want to find this state of relaxation in the shoulder and see if you can find release. And then slowly, you can kind of maneuver the feet. So I'm maneuvering my right foot first and then my left, and try to maneuver them so that my feet are actually pointing directly toward my wall, my window, opposite side. And it's pretty intense. Good, keep breathing. A few more moments. And 2. Good. As you inhale, start to turn back. You're going to face the wall, your choice. You can have the hands up. You can have them down against the wall. You can just release them by your side. Give your arms a moment to just release that. Stay where you are, though, against the wall. And then place both hands on the wall. You're going to bring that right hand up, the elbows right out from the shoulder. Get a nice good grip. Start to turn. Your hips are pretty close to the wall, right? They're like almost touching. And then your feet can be hips distance. And you just start to turn them away and just notice the difference on this side. And eventually, right, your elbow can be staying on the wall. Eventually your feet might turn completely to the opposite side. And you can keep going if you are not feeling much here. Make sure the knees have a slight bend so you're not hyperextending anything. Keep breathing. Keep rooting down through the feet. Okay, as you inhale, start to turn back to center. Both hands can come to the wall, or they can come down, or all the way down if you need a break. Stay there for a moment. Shake it out. Okay. I just realized we're a little over, so what I was going to do next is bring my hands straight out. I just want to show you so you can pause the video and do it later if you want. Straight out from the arm, okay? Straight out from the shoulder, left hand. And then same thing, you just open up. It's a much different posture to let the hand come straight out and then open, okay? And then you're going to pause the video and hold that for like a whole minute. And then come to the other side after your neutral position. And then come out to this way. Okay? I have, this works for many, many clients when they have tightness in the chest, tightness in the shoulders. Okay. So come on down. Once again, we will finish up on our backs, but on our hands and knees. I just wanted to do one more thing with you. Thanks for sticking with me. We are going to open up the wrists one more time. So, can you see me? So keep that left hand down. You're going to go ahead and bring that right wrist, not only flipping it, but turning the fingers towards you. So the palms are up. Now we want to keep one palm down to really, keep support of the body here. But go ahead and find that palm upside down, and then you can start to kind of tap out the thumb, tap out the forefinger, tap out the fingers, okay, and then back to center. Do it with the other one. So you bring that opposite hand, palm up and fingers towards you, and then really root down through the palm that's down, okay, root down through there so you feel nice and supported, and then just kind of notice you have to root down more if your wrist that's being therapeuticized right now. I'm talking about. You just have to get the balance, right, and really breathe into it. So now I'm pushing more in my left hand, the hand that's flipped over, and then start to tap out the thumb, the fingers, one by one. Good. And then exhale, come back to center. If you need to take a break for uno segundo, do that. And then for the last thing, you can just bring both hands, palms down, fingers in. And you can either do one of two things. You can either do some cats and cows here. Or you can just kind of work on your arms and just start to root down and start to turn, relax the shoulders and start to turn the elbows almost as if they're turning outward toward the external parts in front of you and external. Good. And sometimes, only if you can handle it, sometimes I do both wrist palms up. And you can do cats and cows that way. Good. And again, pause this video if you want to linger in any of these. You've just gone over, so I want to honor your time. Release this. Okay. So I told you to bring your blanket, your folded up towel. If you do not have blocks or bolsters, so you want to go get a big bath towel and just roll it up so that your spine has something to go on top of, okay? So this is going to be a way to open up the shoulders here. And so you can do this just lying down. So pretend this is my towel. You can just bring your butt straight back to it. And you're just going to let that spine roll over that towel, okay? I'm on the bolster right now. I'm going to do something even more intense in a moment. So you can do that. That's like option one, and you can keep the knees bent, or you can relax the feet here, okay? The next version is if you want to, in one of my past videos, I wouldn't recommend what I'm going to do next to everyone, especially if you're not warmed up. We did not do a lot of like front hip flexor opening today at all. But I know I just personally need this and I wanted to offer it. So in a past video, I taught you how to open up your knees. It was like called therapeutic, I forget. It was one of the restorative ones that we did. And you can build this to be however tall you want it to be, okay? And you could come into a hero pose and you could scooch that up and you can start to lay over the bolsters that way. And that can kind of be your long restorative, that could kind of be your long shavasana. Or when you're done with this, after a few breaths, you can start to come up. Okay. And so stay there. I'm just going to go even further and open up my heart because it needs it today. We're just going to, again, stay here for several moments, or if you need to transition out into Shavasana anytime, please do so. So sometimes those of you who are still wanting something more advanced, sometimes we do this just with the blocks, but bringing the scapula on the low block and then opening up. Getting the head supported as well. So go ahead and find your juicy restorative pose, whether it's Shavasana or something more opening. And tell yourself, thank yourself. Thanks for coming to the mat, self. I needed that. Okay, just work out those little kinks in the body. Start to get really intuitive about what your body needs, right? Being really aware of your body in space and what your hands are connected to every day and what your feet are connected to every day and what your thumbs are connected to every day. Start to be aware. Start to connect your thoughts to what you're doing, and if they're bringing you service, and if they're bringing service to the greater good of humanity, start to notice these little actions. And start to notice how they develop your belief system. And once you're aware of these thoughts that make up our belief system, now we're able to better change them. We're better able to wake up and notice the first thoughts that are on our mind. We're able to notice if they're thoughts of regret or thoughts of victim, why me, or thoughts of gratitude for what you have, no matter what it is. Gently start to move your breath deeper in the body. Move your eyes and your fingers and toes. And start to awaken your senses. Rolling over to one side. Once your knees are towards your chest, and just, again, thanking yourself. Thanks, body. Thanks, self. I needed that. And coming back to this video as many times as you need to get rid of some of that tight stuff. We'll bring our voices together for one sound of peace, or if you're alone, just expelling anything that needs to come out, anything you want to get off your chest, anything you want to say. Inhale. I am now ready and willing to surrender any belittling self-talk to me and others. I'm now open to learning the truth about my brilliance and seeing that truth and brilliance in other people. Om Shanti, guys. Namaste. I hope you have a gorgeous, beautiful day, whether you're inside with the rain or whether you get to take a walk. Please do that and start to see the good in even the bad situations. Start to try to notice the opportunities in each moment. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for your community. Thank you for your contribution. And we will see you tomorrow morning on the mat. Thanks, y'all. Love you.